Well, I mean, you can certainly tell the story of what this woman would have looked like.
Around the woman, we've got the copper alloy S-shaped zoomorphic brooch.
Zoomorphic brooch. It's lovely, isn't it? What animal do you think it is?
To me, they look. It looks like a dragon or a bird blended together.
Zoomorphic means in the shape of an animal or animal-like.
We've got the dress pin. These have all got strong links with sort of Frankish culture. So they would have been, as we were saying earlier, the ideas were travelling, the spread of knowledge and influence was coming along.
I can just imagine them sitting together with friends or family, maybe describing the artistry and the craftsmanship that's involved in putting them and having conversations about that, and maybe imagining for themselves where they came from.
As I say, you take those two objects and you'd say she's Frankish. However, when you look at the brooches she's got, they are more classically Saxon, so more German. So have we got someone of mixed heritage, or have we got someone who actually is taking all these ideas that are currently swimming about and taking bits and pieces of them? Because the other thing which really stands out at you in this grave is the claw beaker, this incredible glass vessel.
Absolutely stunning. Though, yeah, that is very rare again in itself. These are quite rare in definitely the southeast, potentially even the UK. Presumably it was quite a valuable object even then.
You know, there's lots. It's a very complex thing to sort of say concretely. This is her identity, but we can say that certainly she had these brooches. They were arranged on her body in a way that is reminiscent of a Frankish dress rather than a Anglo-Saxon dress. She might have come from sort of via Kent, because she had these Kentish brooches on her body as well.
To me, I think grave goods don't necessarily reflect the individual's identity, because they're something that are put in afterwards. They are by the living, and I think grave goods are just as much for, if not more so, for the living than they are for the dead. So I think I'm always very cautious when people say that must mean she was rich, or she was elite, or she just might have been a really well-respected person.
And it just got me thinking as well, does a burial with nothing in it actually mean that person had nothing? And that led me down many different rabbit holes to looking at things like looking at the culture of Anglo-Saxon England, and going back into that pagan period where it was one of the things that brought you the highest esteem at that period was how generous you were with your followers. So gift giving. So is it that actually these people who had nothing were actually showing how powerful they were in death because they'd given all their worldly goods to their followers? But also, is it that a lot of the objects put into these graves were organic? So it could be that you would be left with food or flowers or anything like that, which in the soils that we had, and certainly the soils at St Anne's Road, they just don't survive. So again, you've got to you've got to use your interpretation and not just look at the one picture. So look at the stuff that survives, and yeah, these burials with jewelry and things look really, really rich, but actually it's so much more to it.